Hey friends. Hey friends. Welcome back to Vlogmas day 14, is it? Is it day 14? Day 15. If you've been looking at the channel, I missed day 13 and 14. It was a complete Vlogmas fail. But I'm back on the horse and here we are. I'm here and I'm going to talk about why I failed in the weekend. And basically, this is just going to be a weekend recap. Um I did go to the Black Girl, book fair. See, I went. I went, friends. Um, and it was cute. It was a good time. That's where I got this mug. Green Top Gifts was there, and I have been stalking this Clarence mug, this mug on their website for like all season, and it's always out of stock. But she had them at the pop up, and it came home with me. I pulled out my tap and I tapped and I brought him home. Um, Also, what else did I get? Oh, I got these cookies, these wonderful oatmeal raisin cookies. I love oatmeal raisin cookies. They are like my favorite more than any other cookie. And if I don't care what kind of other cookie you have, what kind of delicious sounding concoction you have made, if you have oatmeal raisin, I will always get the oatmeal raisin. And I got them. They were moist. They were delicious, a little bit sweet, but washed down with some coffee. They were great. So I did that and I planned on vlogging that. I got a few clips, but I also ran into friends and spent my time running my mouth instead of vlogging. And it is what it is. I am proud of myself though. I did not buy a book. I did not buy a book. Especially, so I came home. I came home and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put this vlog together." And I realized I didn't have a lot of footage, and I was like, "Oh, I will just wait until the mail comes," because there was something in the mail, and I was like, "I'll just do a little unboxing, and I'll add in my son going out tonight, and then that will be that." Friends, none of that happened. None of that happened. I did spend the day in the bed reading this book. Remember, I went to Barnes and Noble earlier this week and got it. I started reading this book. It is so good. Um, as a lover of romantasy slash fantasy books, I feel like a lot of times I read the same book, just with a different name and different named characters. But basically, it's the same thing. It's the same tropes. It's the same. It's almost become a caricature of itself, because it's like the same tropes, the same lines, the same types of situations. Like there is nothing new. But this right here, even the concept of it is new. She is a knight protecting. It's like a whole new magical system, and she is the well who has the magic that the mage draws on, and she is mage with her best friend. And they're very drawn to each other. They're very protective of each other. They've known each other since childhood. He is protecting her, and you sort of figure out why early on if you know fantasy books. But I still love the reveal when you really figure out why. And it is just so well done. It's almost literary fiction in a um fantasy book, in that the characters are really well drawn. Like you really get to know them and their motivations, and especially our main female character, you really get to know her. And there's some it's I just appreciated it so much. I am appreciating it. I am a little over 50% in the book. I stopped reading because I went to sleep, and that is where I lost the plot in filming, because then my son went out, and as a parent, especially a parent of a teenager who has just started being allowed to go out at night without us, I was awake until he got home. And he did not get home until after midnight. So, yes, Yes, it was a fail. And then Sunday, I did my normal, Sunday reset stuff. And I said I was just going to come here and talk to the camera. And I did not. Instead, I sat there and I read a random, instead of going back to this book like I planned to, I picked up a little Kindle Unlimited romance for some good times. I've read this author before. It was good. I read it in a day, which is normal for me with like those Kindle Unlimited romances because they don't take much brain power. They really don't. Um, but it was a good time. It was a good time. I enjoyed it. There was one slight issue that I had that I had to look past. I just want to say that sometimes in these romance novels these days, um, sometimes we go a wee bit, and I'm using that word specifically, wee bit overboard in describing body parts. I know that some of us, a lot of people like, to talk dirty. The guy who's talking dirty, he's saying stuff. But sometimes some words just throw me when they're in conjunction with body part words. So other than that, it was a good time. I took off a whole point for that. So it got like a 3.5 for me. Um, yeah, it probably would have got a 4 because it was good. It was basic. It was a vibe. But that one thing took off for me. But anyway, um, that was that. Trying to figure out what I want to talk about next. Oh, I did decide to, like, me and my friend, we're doing junk journaling next year. I've been thinking about junk journaling all year long. Um, and decided that I just want to officially go back to journaling, period, next year. But my form of junk journaling is going to be like a hybrid. I am going to use it really, I'm going to have written words in mind. Like sometimes that might be the only thing with like one picture, and maybe a couple of scraps. Some days it might be pretty and creative, and some days it might be basic. It just depends. I already have like this photo journal. I mean, this photo printer, mini photo printer. I've had this since early last year or maybe the year before last. I got this because even in my planner, I kind of use it as a photo journal where if it's a specific or special occasions, I tend to print out photos and put them in my journal. The reason why I wanted to junk journal is because I wanted to be able to make bigger spreads, and not be confined to like the one page in my journal. So I wanted to make bigger spreads for like vacations, for like special occasions like birthdays, graduation, stuff like that. So I had this already, and I'm going to use it. I wanted to buy a new one, but then um, I was like, LaShawn, why? Um, I just went ahead and pulled from the many notebooks that I have in this house. I am one of those people who just buys random notebooks if I see them. I buy them in Marshalls, I buy them in TJ Maxx, buy them in Barnes and Noble. If I see a journal somewhere and it's cute, I most likely it's going to come home with me. And this one I've had for a while. I don't even remember why I bought it. I know I bought it in Barnes and Noble, and it wasn't even on sale. But I bought it in Barnes and Noble, and it's got the grid paper and it's got a good amount of pages. So I'm like, this will get me started. And if I feel like I need something else as we go on, I will think about that. I know there are a lot of stuff that people get to go junk journaling, but sometime during the pandemic, I had planned on doing like photo journaling with what they call them travelers notebooks. So I was a member of this club, and every month they used to send these different little kits, and I still have all of those because I never used them. And see, they're like this. These kits came with washi tape, stamps, stickers, even a little travel journal for you to use for that month, because every month like had a theme. And I have tons of these. Tons. Hold on. Tons of these. Like I have at least a year and a half worth of stickers and washi tape and backgrounds and all sorts of stuff. So I'm like, I'm just going to use what I have. If I feel like being that creative, I'm going to dig in here. I even have, hold on. Like, look, there's a Christmas themed one, like LaShawn. And I even have, I even have like stamps with the ink not open. So, all that money, because I calculated it and I was like, you'll use that mess. But anyway, so that was that. That is something that I'm looking forward to doing next year. I was looking for more ways to be creative next year. And I wanted to go back to handwritten journaling because I've been journaling like in my Notion app. I have a section for journaling. And even though that was cool because I can do it from wherever, I really miss handwriting in a journal. And I really wanted to expand on using photos and pieces of things from, outings. Like earlier in my planner from this year, like when I went to see Beyonce, I saved like, the little wrist bracelet that we got and it's in there. So, things like that. I just want to be able to expand on it. So I'm looking forward to doing that because I am trying to return to as much of an analog life as I can, to get away from doom scrolling so much. To get off screen so much, even though I love my Kindle and I love the Kindle app on my phone and I'm addicted to threads. I really am trying to get away from having that be my mindless entertainment. So that is a goal in the new year. What else did I want to talk about? That is it, really. That is it. This week, what do I have planned this week? The podcast is out tomorrow, so that recording will be up. In fact, I'm going to record that as soon as I get done with this. And what else? I want to talk about my goals for 2026. So I'm going to do that. I want to go over my planner for 2026. I'm getting a new planner and it's a paper planner. Told y'all I'm going back to analog. I'm going back to paper. I'm tired. I'm tired. And what else? That is it. That's all that I have on my menu. I have to go get my mom on Wednesday, so I'll probably take you all along with me for that. I have to go get her because she is flying to DC for my brother for Christmas, and then she'll come back to us the day after Christmas. Since we had her for Thanksgiving, it's like we share custody of my mother. So we get her for Thanksgiving because it's my son's birthday, and they get her for Christmas Day up until Christmas Day. So they'll have her for like a week, and then I will have her until after New Year's. Yes, this is what we do. I'm being generous because my brother has small children. Otherwise, she's mine. She's mine. I was there first. But anyway, that is all. So yeah, I'll probably bring you all along for that. And I'm sure I'll think of something else. I probably want to talk about a book review. If I finish my book, if I finish the second Death of Locke this week, I will review it. And that's it, friends. Yes. So happy Monday. And I will talk to you all tomorrow. Okay. Bye-bye.